I thought it was time we did another bookshelf tour. I did one maybe 4 or 5 months ago, but I think I need to do another one. I will say my shelves are they're full. I don't have any more space in my room for bookshelves, so I have to make do with what I have. So like my fantasy shelves especially, like they're quite packed together. I do try and keep it by authors, or sometimes authors are splitting into different shelves, different genres are splitting into different shelves, because I have to just make do with the space I have. So it is very organized, but like some of it gets a tiny bit messy. I try and organize it by genre, so right here is fantasy and thriller, and then the rest is romance. There's some fiction, there's some thrillers on the bottom over here. We're gonna get into every single book I have. I'm not gonna go through the books on my TBR cart because I'm gonna do a separate all the books with physical TBR, and they're gonna be included in that, and there's no point me going through the TBR cart over there. So I'm just going through the actual bookshelves. Okay, starting off over in the fantasy shelves, I have all of them within 2 shelves. I don't have that many fantasy books, but I'm slowly running out of space. So first I have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I have The Divine Rivals duology. Yeah, they're in the wrong order. A lot of my series, not a lot, but some of them are in the wrong order because if I'm taking them off for a video or whatever, I tend to not put them back properly. So that's why they're in the wrong order, and if you see other series in the wrong order, that is why. Then I have Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I have Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. One Dark Window, Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab. Then I have The Powerless, well, the first 2 books in the Powerless trilogy, and then I have The Powerful novella. Then I have The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. And then I have The Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. And then down here I have the Actor series and the Throne of Glass series, all by Sarah J. Maas. Then moving down, I have the Caraval trilogy and the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy by Stephanie Garber, and then I also have the Prison Hero trilogy by Lynette Noni. Then I have Heartless Renegades and Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. I have the Scythe trilogy by Neil Chesterman. Then I have the entire Shadow Me series by Tara Maffei. And then over there I have the first book in the Serpent Wings of Night series, the Crowns of Nyxia series, and then I have the Daughter of No Worlds trilogy by Christopher Robin. And then on the bottom here I have my Harry Potter series, and then moving on to the thrillers, I have all my Alice Feeney books. I have Goodbye Girl, My Husband's Wife, Rock Paper Scissors, Daisy Darker, and Sometimes I Lie. Then I have Strange Houses by, I don't know how to say the author's name, so I'm not going to say it. Then I have all my Holly Jackson books, so Good Girls Get Your Murder trilogy, Five Survive, The Reappearance of Richard Price, and Not Quite Dead Yet. And then I just moved you over a bit. I have all of just my standalone thrillers. I do have a lot of Riley Sager books, but they're just not together because I pulled them out, like I said, for videos. So I have Survived the Night by Riley Sager, The Secret History by Donna Tartt, The Only One Left by Riley Sager, If We Are Villains by M.L. Rio, The Last Word by Taylor Adams, The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, Murder in the Family by Cara Hunter, The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley, The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, I think is how you say it, and then there's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. And moving over to like the mini skinny shelf in the middle, I'm going to work my way up on this one and then go down on the next one so I don't have to keep moving the tripod so much. I have like majority of my YA mystery and thrillers. These are out of order. Again, this should be down here, but I have the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and then I also have the Inheritance Game series or trilogy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes too, and then I have One of Us Next, One of Us Lying by Karen M. McManus, and then I have the Truly Devious trilogy here, and then there's The Box in the Woods, but I think it's a spin-off to that series, I'm not too sure, and then I have The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, which is not YA, but it just fits there, and I'm running out of space, so she lives there. Then moving up, I have like my red standalone shelf. Like these books used to live on the TBR cart, and then once I read them and I only have one like book from that author, it goes into the shelf. Broken Country by Claire Lizzie Hall, Serenading Heartbreak by Ella Fields, Before We Were Strangers by Rennie Carlino, Somewhere Broken Rules by K.L. Walter, Tell Me Lies by Carla Lovering, The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston, Everything by Nicola Yoon, All About Places by Jennifer Niven, and Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. And then I have my little anxiety bookshelf or whatever you call it with all the mini books in there. Then moving up, I'm just trying to keep authors together on the shelf. So I have my Mariana Spada books. I have Culty, Underlock, Wafer, All Roads Lead Here, The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, and From the Cup of Love. Then I have X-Files, A New Review by Jessica Joyce, and then I have my Hannah Grace books, so Icebreaker, Wildfire, Daydream, and then Holiday Ever After. Okay, then moving up, I have all of my Elle Kennedy books, which I've read none of these. I don't know why I have so many of her books, but I have the Off Campus series, the Briar series, this series, which is like the children from this series, the Go-Girl Complex, Bad Girl Reputation, which I don't know what that series is called, and then I have the Kings of Rittenhouse series by Maya Hughes, which is like a hockey college romance series. And then above that I have all of my Elsie Silver books. So I have the Rose Hill series, the Chestnut Spring series, and the forget what this series is called, but the Off to the Races series. Once again, these are not in the right order because I just put this one out for a video and I just don't care to have them in the right order really. And then again above that I have all my Hannah Wong books. I have the Twisted series, I have the Striker, I have the Kings of Sin series, and I have the is it called the If Love series or something like that, but all 4 of those. Moving over to the main bookshelf, I don't really know how I've organized this. It's kind of just like, I just try and keep the authors together and make the shelves look nice. So I have Ali Hazelwood over here, so Love Theoretic, Love in the Brain, Love to Love You, Bride, Not in Love, Checkmate, Deep End, Problematic Summer Romance, and The Love Hypothesis. And then I have all my Lynn Painter books, So Better Than Movies, Betting on You, The Do-Over, Mr. Wrong Number, The Love Wager, and Happily Never After. Then I have the Before I Let Go trilogy by Kennedy Ryan, and then the Hoop series also by Kennedy Ryan. And I have Promise Me Sunshine and Ready or Not by Cara Stone. Oh, you can't see. And then I have all of my Emily Henry books on this side. So You and Me, Vacation, Book Lovers, Beach Read, Great Big Beautiful Life, Funny Story, and Happy Place. And then moving down, I have all my Abby Jimenez books. This is like my favorites right here. So I have Pretty Girl World, Yours Truly, Just for the Summer, Still Remember Me, The Friend Zone, The Happy Ever After playlist, and Life's Too Short, all by Abby Jimenez. Then I have all my Lauren Asher books. These are completely in the wrong order because these ones are my favorites, so these come out more often for videos than the rest of them. So I have Love Redesigned, Love Written, and Love Arranged, which is the Lakefront Billionaire series, and then I have the Fine Print, Terms and Conditions, and the Final Offer, which is the Billionaire, what is it called? The Dreamland Billionaire series. Yes, and then I have My December Darling, which is just like a Christmas novella, and then I have the Dirty Air series, which is an F1 romance series. And then on this side I have my Hannah Bonamion books and my Light Stage books. I pulled this one out for a video, so that's why this one is not with these ones. But Out on the Mountain Woods, Next is Kin, Next to You, and then People Watching, all by Hannah Bonamion. And then I have the Rebel Blue Brown series by Light Sage, Then and Dusted, Wild and Wrangled, Lasso, Swift and Saddled, also in the wrong order. And then underneath that I have the Addicted Calabash series by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This one's on the side because this is the old cover before they got traditionally published, so this one's like slightly bigger than the rest of them, so that one sits by itself over here. And then I have the Magnolia Park series by Jessa Hastings, and then on top of it is Time of Your Life and The Conditions of Will, also by Jessa Hastings. And then here I have the 5 Heartstopper books. I'm so excited for the 6th one to come out. I think it comes out at some point this year. And then I have all my Lucy Score books, so By a Thread, Maggie Moves On, Story of My Life, Forever and Ever, and then the Knock 'Em Out trilogy, Things We Never Got Over, The Fine, Things I Have in the Light. These 2 should be flipped. Okay, and then moving down again, I have my Annabelle Monaghan books, so An Oracle, The Script, and It's a Love Story. Then I have all my Sarah Adams books, Cheat Sheet, The Real Book, When in Rome, Perks My Favorite, Big Bar, or Steal. This is kind of a random stack of books. This is where I'm running out of room. I just bought these ones recently, Fight, Protect, and Honor by 3 different authors, which I didn't know when I bought them. I thought it was all like one author, but I don't really know. I think these might be interconnected standalones. Those are Fire romances, which I've never read before, but I don't know if they're connected because it's all different authors or not. So anyways, and I have all of my Stephanie Archer books. So Behind the Net, The Fake Out, Gloves Off, The Wingman, and then this little series. I think there's one more in the series that I just don't have, which I don't know why I bought these because I've never heard anyone speak about them. Maybe Ellen did actually. Then I have Amy Lee or Leah books, so Set on You, X's Nose, and The Catch. And then next to that I have my Lana Ferguson books, so The Nanny, The Game Changer, and Overruled. And then on this side I just tried to keep some, I guess, small time romances together. I don't know, I have the Sparrow Falls series by Catherine Cowles, and then I have the, what's this series called? The Eden series by Daphne Perry. This is definitely not in order. I don't even know the order of this series. Then I have all my Christina Lauren books over here. I've only read one of their books, so I don't know why I have so many. So I have The Paradise Problem, Love in Other Words, Something Wilder, The Honeymooners, My Favorite Half Night Stand, Soulmate Equation, Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating, and The Honey Don't List. And then I have my Elena Aramis books, so The Spanish Love Deception, The American Roommate Experiment, and The Long Game. Then I have some Ella May's books, so Marriage for One and Charlie Dublin Cliches, and then I have The Pumpkin Spice Cafe and The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. Then here I have all my Megan Quinn books, so Not So Me Cute, A Long Time Coming, So Not Meant to Be, and then I have Bridesmaids for Hire and Bridesmaids Undercover, and then Till Summer Do Us Part. I just really love her covers, and that's why I have so many of her books. And then I have all my BK Barson books, so this one is Good Spirits by BK Barson, obviously, and then First Time Caller, and then the Love Light Farms series. And then on the end I have If You'd Been With Me If Only I Told Her by Laura Nowlin, because that's just where they fit on this end of the bookshelf. And then on the bottom shelf here I have all my Colin Hebron books, which I don't really know what to do with them because I don't know if I'm going to ever, like, there's some of them I haven't read, and then I don't think I'm ever going to reread them, so they just stay at the bottom down here. And then I have Funny Feelings and Savor It by Tara Dewitt, Collide and Spiral by, I don't know how to say the name, Cabra or something, I don't know. Then I have all my Mia Sheridan books, so Archer's Voice, More Than Words, Grayson's Out, and Travis. And then I have Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, and The X-Files by Rachel Lynn Solomon. And then I have all my Tessa Bailey books. I actually ended up getting rid of one recently, but I don't know what to do with these either, because I read It Happened One Summer, and that's the only one of those I've read. Except for the one I got rid of. I also read that one, but I just don't know if I want to pick these up. And on the end, I have Things I Wanted to Say, A Million Kiss Your Lifetime, Promise Me to Keep, and I'll Always Be With You by Monica Murphy. So moving on to the last bookshelf, the bottom one down here is just my colouring books and like markers and things, so I'm not going through that. And then my TBR card is on the side here. I don't know why that stickers on it, but these are all my TBR card, and that cardboard box is a Niall Horan vinyl because I got excited and bought it, but I don't even have a record player, so don't even ask. I have my Buys of Tom series, so Buying, Keeping 13 and Saving 6, and then I have my After series by Anna Todd, Summer I Turn Pretty series, and then on top, the shelf above this, which I'll get onto in a second, is my like fiction shelf, but these ones kind of bleed down because that one is too full. So I have Wild Dark Shore, Mary Jane, and Anxious People. Hang on, my dog wants to come in. Come in. Then, like I said, this is my fiction shelf. I also have my memoirs over here. So I have Sherry Frankie, Jeanette McCurdy, and Matthew Perry. They're memoirs. Then I have Good Materials by Dolly Alderton, and then I have all of my Taylor Dickens read books. I have Atmosphere, Carrie Soap Was Back, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Daisy Jones and the Six, Maybe Another Life, and One True Loves. And then I have my Kristen Hanna books, The Nightingale, Firefly Lane, and Winter Garden. And then up here I have two more Richard Bachman books, which is Beartown and My Friends. Then moving up, I have just keeping more authors together. So I have my Becca Mack series, Consider Me, Play With Me, and Wrath Me, and Fall With Me. Then I have all my Candy Steiner books, which I didn't realize how many Candy Steiner books I have. I've read none of these. I don't know what this series is called, but I really like the covers of these ones, and that's why I bought them. And I have A Love Letter to Whiskey, and then I think it's called the Red Zone Rivals series, which I also really love the covers to these ones. And then moving up again, I have my Windy City series by Liz Sanford, so Mile High, The Right Move, Cut Off, Play Along, and Rewind It Back. Then I have my Carly Fortune books, so Meet Me at the Lake, Every Summer After, This Summer Be Different, and One Golden Summer. And then we get on to like my darker romances. I have Butcher and Blackbird, Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. And I have Still Beating and Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. And then up at the very top, I have The Predator by Vernix. I have Haunting Adeline by H.G. Carlton. There Are No Saints and There Is No Devil by Sophie Lark. And then Lights Out by Navessa Allen. And then up there, I also have the Brutal Prince series by Sophie Lark. I feel like there's one more in that series that I'm missing. And then what's the series called? The Never After series by Emily McIntyre. I would turn the camera back on me, but I'm very overstimulated right now. I'm just going to end the video here. That is all of my books. I don't know how many I have. I'm guessing it's around the I think last time I counted it was on like 420 or something. And I've bought books since then and got rid of books since then. So maybe around the same number. But I will post a physical TBR video really soon. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you so soon in the next one. Bye.